In finance, the rule of 72 is used to estimate the number of years it will take for an investment to double based on the annual interest rate. So here's the rule. We say that N, the number of years it takes to double, is equal to 72 divided by R, where R is the annual interest rate. And it's worth noting that when we use this formula, we write the rate as a whole number, not as a decimal. So let's take a look at an example of how to actually use this rule. Using the rule of 72, how long will it take for an investment of $10,000 to double in an account that has an annual interest rate of 5%? So R, our annual interest rate, is 5%. Based on the rule of 72, we can say that N, the number of years it takes to double, is just equal to 72 divided by 5. Now notice we wrote 5, the interest rate, as a whole number. So 72 divided by 5, that turns out to be 14.4. And our units will be years. So according to the rule of 72, it will take just over 14 years for our initial investment to double, given that the annual interest rate is 5%. Now, what if instead we had an annual interest rate of 7%? Well, in that case, the time it takes to double would be 72 divided by 7. That turns out to be about 10.29 years. So we'll notice that when we increase the annual interest rate, the time that it takes to double becomes less. And that should make sense because when you have a higher interest rate, your money is growing at a faster rate, so it should take less time to double. Now consider instead if you had a 9% annual interest rate. Well, in that case, the amount of time it takes to double would be 72 divided by 9, which is 8. So as we increase the interest rate even more, the time it takes to double continues to drop. Now, it's worth noting that there is a formula that you can use to find the exact amount of time that it takes for an investment to double. So remember, the rule of 72 is just a rough rule of thumb, but the formula that you can use to find the exact amount of time it takes to double is this: the natural log of 2 divided by the natural log of 1 plus R, where R is the annual interest rate written as a decimal. So for example, if the annual interest rate is 5%, this formula says do the natural log of 2 divided by the natural log of 1 plus 0.05, so that would be 1.05. If you punch this into a calculator, you get about 14.21. So it would take 14.21 years for an investment to double given an annual interest rate of 5%. So our rough estimate of 14.4 years is pretty close. Just to show you how well the rule of 72 actually works, I'll show you the following table. So this table shows, based on the annual interest rate, how long will it take for an investment to double using the rule of 72 and using the exact formula. So if we just look at these columns, we can see that the rule of 72 does a pretty good job of estimating how long it will take for an investment to double compared to using the exact formula. So I just wanted to show this table to illustrate how well the rule of 72 actually works.